Oh, yeah, another Tech Preacher podcast, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, I like doing these podcasts every week because I get my thoughts about a lot of things. And this week's podcast, we're going to talk about a few things. I want to talk about my daily drivers. And the reason why I want to talk about my daily drivers is because people always ask me the question, Easy, what's your daily driver, baby? What is your daily driver? See, I always roll with 3 phones, you know what I'm saying? Or I might roll with 2 phones and another phone that I'm reviewing. But in this episode of the Tech Preacher podcast, I want to give my thoughts about, you know, the devices that I carry and why. Why do the Tech Preacher carry, you know, these devices? So let's get into it, right? So as y'all know, and I dropped a video about this already, right, that I'm an LG fan, right? Everybody know that I'm an LG fan. So, I mean, I always talk about the LG V60, and it's been a device that's been made kind of for me, right? Like, you know, I look at the LG V60, it's like it's kind of made for me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it has everything that I wanted to have, man. You know, a beautiful display, dual screen support, quad DAC, long battery life, updates, pen support. I mean, it's a device that's complete. Now, listen, man. Every time I drop an LG video, it's always controversy, right? It is crazy because people always like, well, Easy, you keep talking about a 2020 device, but it's 2023. They got more newer devices out there. Man, who you fooling? I'm looking at it like this, right? And I got this comment, I got 2 or 3 comments in my latest video, and I kind of deleted them because they kind of went off the deep end. But, you know, I want to explain that, man. I really do want to explain that, man, because a lot of people always hit the comments and say, there are newer devices out. Why you keep talking about older devices? Because, all right, so let's talk about it. Back in 2020, if you was buying a device in 2020, right, and you went on a 36-month plan, if you went on a 36-month plan in 2020, you still got that device today. Right? Think about this, right? If you bought a device in 2021, 9 times out of 10, if you're on the device payment plan for 36 months on AT&T and Verizon Wireless, you still got that device today. So it don't make a phone irrelevant because it's 2 or 3 years old. You got to remember that most people that get devices on device payment plans, and that is a majority of people in the United States. A majority of people in the United States get a lot of devices on payment plans, right? And Verizon and AT&T, you know, T-Mobile's on 24 months, but Verizon and AT&T is 36 months. That's 3 years. That means that if you bought a device in 2020, 9 times out of 10, either you almost finished paying off or you still paying on it. That means that you still have that device today. That means it makes it so valuable. It makes it so relevant. It makes it so like people want to know, is it any way that I can hold on and preserve this device for a couple of more years? So yes, it makes it a relevant device when you talk about phones that's 2020, 2021 phones. Listen, man, if you want to see more current, up to date, and listen, I do make those, but I make my oldie but goodie videos. And so when I talk about the LG V60, it's like it sticks a dagger in people's hearts. Like the LG V60 is something that people did. You got 2 people on both sides of the fence, right? You got people that cringe every time I make a video about the LG V60. Then you have people that absolutely love, because the LG community is deep, baby. So, you know, a lot of people like, well, why you keep making LG video when you got all new devices out here? You got all these new phones out here. Because I say this, and I keep saying this over and over and over. Just because a device came out in 2023, don't make it good. Think about this, right? Just because a device is new, don't make it good. Just because a device is the more latest and greatest with the 8 Gen 2 and 19 gigs of RAM in it, doesn't make it good, baby. You know, so I talk about this, and you know, I just want to give my thoughts about it. Yes. And so you ask the question, why the V60 when you have other devices? Well, 120 hertz and you got 165 hertz devices. You got this and that and the other. And I say this all the time. If a device works for you, then it don't matter what nobody say. It don't. Listen, I get numb and what people criticize me. People always criticize me about a lot of things, but they got some people really and truly want me to destroy my LG V60. They got people that really and truly want me to give it up. They got people that really and truly cringe that just want to, God, they just want to just break it in half and just move on. And I say, it's funny, but I mean, that's some people got that opinion. But yeah, the LG V60 is one of my daily drivers. I keep this device with me all the time. It's a device that works for me. Yes, I got Z Fold 4s, got Galaxy S23 Ultras. I got a lot of phones, but I prefer the LG V60. It's one of my daily drivers. All right, second daily driver that a lot of people cringe about is I switched to the Unihertz Tank 2. Right? Instead of, I went from the Unihertz Tank 1 to the Unihertz Tank 2. And a lot of people say this up, oh my God, what the hell? Like, you got Z Fold 4, got S23 Ultra, S22 Ultra. Got Z Fold 1, 2, 3, 4, all these Z Folds. You got the OnePlus 10 Pro. You got all these phones, and you want to pick one of the lowest of the totem pole, an unknown brand. And again, here I go. I say, if a device works for you, then it don't matter what anybody says. So yes, I roll with the Unihertz Tank 2. Why? It's a device that works for me, man. Like, it's some of the things that I think about, right? I think about these things. I think about the devices that work for you, right? And people cringe. They'll look on my table when I do my older but goodie videos, or I might just pull out like buku phones and put it on the table, and they see fantastic devices. They see a lot of classics, and they see some of the newer devices, right? And they say this, so out of all these phones, 230 phones, you picking the lowest of the totem pole. You know why? Because it works for me. That's the whole thing. Like, I can't be true to y'all if I can't be true to myself. Think about this. I cannot be true to you if I'm not true to myself. And if a device works for me, it works for me. And it's a device that works for me. Sorry. So my third daily driver, which is probably going to switch up, right? I've been rocking the S23 Ultra, right? I've been rocking that device, which I haven't been rocking the S23 Ultra for a while. Ever since I got it, I kind of played with it for a little while, had some fun with it, and I kind of put it to the side, and I've been using other devices. But yeah, I've been rocking the S23 Ultra as a third daily driver. It's been a fantastic phone. I mean, listen, it is a fantastic phone, right? So I've been rocking the S23 Ultra as a third device. Now, I got the Z Fold 4 sitting right here, right? Again, another fantastic device, but I don't use it as a daily driver, man, because I don't know, man. It's not like it's a bad phone. I love the Z Fold 4. I love all the functionality, the pen support, decks, and everything like that. I love those. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. But, the question is, would I take the Z Fold 4 over the LG V60? I would take the LG V60 2 times past Thursday before I take a Z Fold 4. It's just my preference, man. It's just listen, man, when I say stuff like I got a Z Fold 1, Z Fold 2, Z Fold 3, Z Fold 4, right? And yeah, they all over there. When I got all the foldables, right? I got a flip 1, flip 2, flip 5G, and if I didn't get the flip 4, I got the flip 3. I haven't used the flip in a while, so I mean, but what I'm saying is, I just like to clarify for the people in the back, right? You cannot force me to use a device that I don't want to use. You can't force nobody to use a device that they don't want to use. If a device works for you, it works for you. Listen, man, just because you see all these tech reviewers out there, a lot of content creators out there, every time a new phone come out, that's their daily driver. Every time a new phone come out, that's their daily driver. Every time a new phone come out, that's their daily driver. And for me, I review phones and I give them the best shot. And, after a couple of months of me using it, making a couple of videos about it, sometimes if it ain't the device for me, then I go back to my older device. Now, a device that might replace my S23 Ultra is the Pixel Fold. So I'm waiting for the Pixel Fold. I got my order in. It's supposed to be coming in. I thought it was coming in today. Maybe coming in today. But if that device comes in, that will probably going to replace my Galaxy S23 Ultra, because I am stoked for the Pixel Fold, and I can't wait to enjoy it. I can't wait to rock with it, and I think that device is going to be, a daily driver for me, maybe for the next 12 months, right? So I think between the LG V60 and the Pixel Fold, that's going to be probably my two primary devices. The Tank 2 is a very bulky, heavy device. It's a device that I can keep in the car. A device that it has weeks of battery life on it. So I rock with it. And, I usually keep it in the car, but I actually use it, man. It's a device that works great for me, man. I love it, man. I don't, people say a lot of things, but when it comes down to my primary devices, I'm always going to go to my LG V60, and I'm going to replace the S23 with the Pixel Fold. I think that's going to be the device, the three devices that I'm going to use in 2023, or maybe going into 2024, is going to be the Pixel Fold, the LG V60, and let's see what the this OnePlus Open is going to be about. Let's see what this device now, because this is the year of foldables, man. You got the OnePlus Open, you got the Z Fold 5, which I am disappointed at all the rumors and everything about the the Galaxy Z Fold 5. This is probably going to be the first year that I do not get a Galaxy Fold. And that's unfortunate because, listen, man, when you got a Z Fold 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the Z Fold 2, Z Fold 3, and Z Fold 4 got the same body style, same, design, same inner display, same this, same that, and the only thing you get is underneath the hood. Well, I roll with my Z Fold 4 because it's powerful. It gives me everything that I need. It's great. It got pen support. I don't see no reason why I should get the Fold 5. But that's up in the air. Listen, man, I'm saying that today, but you just never know. Listen, I always keep the door open, but I am not leaning towards the Fold 5 this year. So hopefully I hold on to the Fold 4, to the Fold 6, and see what Samsung do. I mean, listen, man, we want a lot of things in the Galaxy Fold, man. We want Samsung to get off their laurels and do something. We want Samsung to put the pin in the device. They want to. We need a different phone factor. The outer display on the Fold is something to be desired for, man. So listen, man. Listen, when you look at a device like the LG V60 with the huge displays on it, right? And you compare it to the Galaxy Z Fold, man. Listen, man, it's like night and day, man. You know what I'm saying? So the display and on the LG V60 is so flexible, man. It is so. Listen, man. People can say what they want. People can talk about what they want. People can talk about how phones is the best phones that they ever had. People could say this and ask me to try this and do this, and why is this your daily driver? It's my daily driver because it works for me. Listen, man, when you have a device that never lets you down in photos, in video, in battery life, in features and functionality, and getting work done, man, you can't force nobody to switch up when something works for them. Listen, man, you have a lot of people that will review phones, will review product, but at the end of the day, they go back to their iPhones. Think about that, right? So what's wrong with me sticking with a device that I like? Think about this, right? You have a lot of people that review phones. They review Android. They review all kinds of phones. But at the end of the day, they're going back to their iPhones. I mean, are we going to call them people out? That's the thing. Like, we don't call nobody out for that. What we do is we let people enjoy their tech. And that's, for me, listen, I stopped buying iPhones after I got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. That was it for me. I haven't bought an iPhone since. I did buy the iPhone 14. I might buy the iPhone 15. It all depends on Apple. But after the iPhone 13 Pro Max, man, I just fell off of Apple, man. Like, Apple just wasn't, it's not the, listen, I haven't reviewed an Apple product in a while. I do have a couple of older but goodies coming out for Apple. But other than that, iPhones has not been my personal choice of device to use as a daily driver. And that's okay. It's okay that you got a personal preference. It's okay that, it's the device that a lot of people may not want you to have. Think about that. How could I let somebody tell me what to rock and what not to rock? And that's the whole thing. And listen, for the people in the comments, man, for the people that always say, well, Easy should move on. Easy, it's a 3-year-old phone, man. Easy, you just got to go with the new latest and greatest. Put that phone aside and rock with your Z Fold 5 or Z Fold 4. I ain't getting a Z Fold 5. Z Fold 4. Put that phone on the side. Bury it already. Stop talking about it already. But when I do talk about the LG V60, look at the response from the community. When I talk about the LG V60, the people in the comments, they absolutely, the positivity that comes from people is overbearing. So much positivity that comes from the community of people that flock to my videos, that talk about how they buying them now, how they will never give up their V60s, how every update just give them hope. That type of stuff, bro. You think about this, right? I got phones that's in 2020 that's stuck on Android 12 that get no support, no bug fixes, no nothing, right? I got phones that again in 2020 gets no support. I got devices that came out in 2021 that's not getting no support. I got devices that came out in 2022 that's not getting no support, no bug fixes, and no security patches. But the LG V60, the LG Wing, the LG Velvet is moving right along. Every time you turn around, it's update after update after update. They give you the latest security patches, your Android 13. The bug fixes is running better than it ever did. It aged fine wine. You ain't never seen a device that's been so refined. And a lot of people say, well, how many updates? It don't matter how many updates they go give. I mean, as long as they keep giving updates, listen, it don't matter. It don't matter. You got to let people enjoy their tech. If you want the latest and greatest, right, you can keep the latest and greatest. If people want to flock to cheaper options, valuable, good value options, right? Think about this, right? You got a device, you got your mid-rangers in 2023 gonna cost you between $499 and $699, right? That's your mid-range market. Right, that's your mid-range market. And in the mid-range market, you get no power brick in the box. You get no dual screen support. You get no desktop mode. You get no pen support. You get subpar cameras, subpar battery life. I mean, you get subpar displays. They might throw 120 hertz in there, but guess what? You see people complaining about performance is terrible. You hear a lot of people talk about how bad some of the mid-range performance is. They put the lower-end processors in there and stuff like that. They give you 6 gigs of RAM. Some of them give you 4 gigs of RAM in mid-range devices and stuff like that. And you say to yourself, and you're paying $500 and $600 for a device that's giving you nothing, like no power bricks, subpar performance. The battery life is trash. The cameras are trash. And when I look at a device like an LG V60 that costs under $200, under $195, that's going to outperform any mid-range in 2023, that's going to give you full support, in 2023, a device that's going to give you the better cameras than mid-ranges in 2023, a device that's going to blow them out when it comes down to battery life, a device that's going to give you a headphone jack with a quad DAC, a device that's going to give you desktop mode, wireless desktop mode, a device that's going to give you everything in the kitchen sink for $190 to $195. But I'd rather settle because it's the new latest and greatest. You rather settle for subpar, subpar performance, horrible cameras. Think about this, right? No mid-range devices give you 8K in manual mode. No mid-range devices that give you desktop mode. No mid-range devices that give you pen support with a suite of pen software. No device is going to give you better battery life like the LG V60. So think about this, right? Why would I settle, pay $500 or $600 for a device that's going to give me, that's giving me less performance, less battery life, subpar cameras, subpar battery life, no power brick in the box, no wireless charging. I mean, no fucking 8K and all this other stuff. But y'all rather people to buy phones like that. Y'all talk about these are the phones to buy. If people push shit like, man, I'm hyped. I know I'm hyped. People push shit like the A54, right? That's everybody in the planet talk about how the performance is terrible on the thing. People talk about the cameras are subpar. People talk about that the display is okay, but, right? It don't have pen support, don't have all this, don't have desktop support. It has, the worst performance. The battery life is subpar, but you go pay $500 for it. See, that's the whole thing, man. So when we talk about older flagships, right? This is one of the reasons why I promote older flagships, because you could get older flagship devices like the you could get the S21 Ultras and the S22 Ultras for $500. You could get OnePlus 10s for little or nothing, and it's going to give you outstanding performance and stuff like that. You could get Galaxy Note 20s. You can get all kinds of devices that's going to give you better bang for your buck. Yes, they're not the latest and greatest, but you falling for the banana in the tailpipe every time you decide to give up a device that works for you to get a mid-range or even a $2,000 flagship that's, because you want the 8 Gen 2 processor, you want 30,000 gigs of RAM, you want all this so you can flash it around and say, hey, look at me, I got a Galaxy S23 Ultra. But I always talk about savings. And I think, listen, man, I understand that people want to see the latest and greatest. I do understand that. And maybe, this I think this channel is not for a lot of people, right? I think when I talk about the regular deglers, when I talk about, get better bang for your buck, I think those are the people that look at the times we live in right now. People looking at their bank accounts right now. People is not all into this, a lot of things, right? People looking for savings, listen, man, this is the year of foldables, but at the end of the day, this is the year of high end, right? But this is what I give to them. Listen, I do want to touch on the Pixel Fold. I do want to talk about the Pixel Fold because one of the biggest complaints a lot of people having about the Pixel Fold is the price point. $817, after tax is $2,000. I got my Pixel Fold for $1,300. I traded in 1 out of 3 of my LG V60. I got $500 off, but if you had a good trade-in, most carriers trade-in was good. The carriers of trade-in is better. So we was preaching that on T-Mobile, you have a different type of way you could do things, right? So I was preaching people that, listen, man, you don't have to spend $1,800 on a device. You don't have to spend $1,800 on this device. Listen, man, a lot of people would say, well, okay, $1,800 is out of their price range. The device ain't worth $1,800. But let me ask you a question. Is it worth $1,000? Is it worth $1,300? And a lot of people might change their tune like, yeah, of course it's worth $1,300. And I'm saying to myself, okay, so you say, if you had a old device, and listen, man, when I looked at the T-Mobile, I made a video about it. Please go check it out. When I made a video about the trade-ins through the carriers, right? The carriers would give you $1,000 off, $500 off for super old device, like Galaxy S10s that you could buy for like $100. They have phones on there like Galaxy S9s and stuff like that you could buy for under $100 that you could get at least $500. Well, that's $400 off. If you pay $100 for the phone and the company give you $500, you got $400 off. That means that brings the price down to, under $1,500, right? $1,400. So is it a good phone at $1,400? A lot of people would say, yeah, it's a fantastic phone for $1,300 or $1,200 or something like that. But what if you had that $1,000 trade-in? That means that it's $800 at that point. It's $800 at that point. But here's the thing. Here's what I was stressing to people. If you got that $1,000 trade-in, right, you gave up a device that was on the list for $1,000, and you had $500, right? $1,000 trade-in, $500 cash, right? Guess what? You only paying like $200 or $300. You only paying like $300 at that point, right? So this say if you got a $300 bill, what you paying about, $10 a month? Man, you got to take advantage. First of all, you didn't pay. Think about this, right? They had a lot of phones on there that they was giving you $1,000 off, right? If you took the $1,000 trade-in and you had $500, only thing you paying in payment plans is $300. Now, at that point, does it make it an enticing device at that point, right? If you only paid $1,300 for it? Matter of fact, you ain't even paid $1,300 for it. You're only paying $800 for it. So if you pay $800 if you pay $800 for a device, does it make it a viable device at that point? Something to think about, right? If you pay $800, does the Pixel Fold become an attractive device at $1,300 or even $800? It does, right? Yeah, a lot of people, you trading something in, so you offset the cost. That's kind of fluffing it. Well, I mean, yes. Samsung do the same thing. Are you gonna spend $2,000 on the Z Fold 5? Think about it. Samsung doing a price increase this year. A lot of people, I'd rather get a Z Fold 5 than a Pixel Fold. Okay, well, no trade-ins. Let's talk about it. No trade-in. You willing to spend, because it could be, after tax, it's gonna be over $2,000. Are you willing to spend over $2,000, right, for the Pixel Fold? I mean, not the Pixel Fold, for the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Are you willing to spend about $2,100 for it? But I ain't gonna spend that money. I'm gonna get it on the carrier. Aha! On the carrier. Guess what's gonna happen on the carrier? They're gonna have deals too. They're gonna have trade-ins too. They're gonna have all kinds of things. So listen, don't stop fooling yourself, guys. Right? Buy what you want. If you want the Z Fold, that's fine. If you believe that the Z Fold is the best device in sliced bread, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I always tell people this: buy what you like. Don't worry about the next man. And listen, man, for people that get into other people's comments when they say, they have a problem with the Pixel Fold and all that stuff like that, the first thing people say, well, Samsung is paying you to say that. Or I told y'all that the Pixel Fold was trash and all that stuff like that. People giving their viable opinions about the device. Listen, man, I say this all the time. If you don't like the reviewer that's reviewing the device, keep it moving. Keep scrolling. Don't get any comments and bash them and all that stuff like that. Just keep it moving, baby. That's all. You ain't got to watch it. You ain't got to watch V60 videos. You ain't got to watch none of that. Just keep it moving. It's all good, baby. But listen, man, I mean, I'm here for my people. I'm here for my regular decklers, baby. I'm here for the tech enthusiasts. I'm here for everybody. Tech enthusiasts don't like older devices. They go buy their newer devices. That's fine. But the regular decklers be interested, baby. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get out of here, baby. I got to go. I'm telling you, man. 30 minutes go quick, don't it? Listen, man, let me tell y'all something. Every week I've been preaching this sermon about if you like something, buy what you like. Don't worry about what the next person got, right? Buy what you like. If a person like an LG V60, let them enjoy their tech, baby. If I like the Unihertz tank, let me enjoy my tech, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You can't criticize nobody for liking what they like. I think y'all guys would get going to the next level. What kind of world we living in right now where people dictate what people can buy, would dictate what people can use, and dictate what people can have. And if you don't have the latest and greatest, you trash. Come on, man. I always say this, and I will say this today, and I will continue to say this. Stop rocking and rolling with people that's not your friend, baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the tech preacher in the building, baby. Oh, we gonna preach, baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like when I preach. I always preach. I always talk. Listen, man, I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep talking about it, fighting the fight. All right, guys, we out of here. Yes. Yes. Oh. We're going to see you next week, baby. Same bat place, same bat time, baby. The Tech Preacher. I'm out of here, baby.